time zones, my Sakonauts. I'm Sako Tumi, also known as the Witch of Tylwyth Teg, and welcome to the Monday morning witchy hour. Today we're going to talk about shape-shifting. If we have not met before, I would like to welcome you to my channel. It's very nice to meet you. And if you have been here before, it's so lovely to see you back. I love you guys. I thought I would say hello to Mama Ward. Thank you for hopping in. I love it. And hello to Billy. Super honored that you would come and hang out with me this morning. I'm out of things to drink, which is not great. All right, so hi, Debbie Renault. Lovely to see you. I hope you guys like the topic today. I kind of stumbled on it about a month ago, and then turned out that there was a chapter on it in my friend Irene's book. So I'm eyeballs deep in the prospect of shape-shifting. Wouldn't miss it for the world. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh. So I would like to start this morning with a grounding ritual to start your week. This starts your let me try speaking. This starts near your domain. If you've not created a domain, you might want to sign up for my newsletter, which is linked below. And I don't send newsletters, so you basically get a free thing for, you know, you just get a free thing. Sit with your hands in your lap and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and hold it for a moment. And as you let it out completely through your mouth, let go of the tension from the night and the grogginess of the morning. Take another deep breath in. As you breathe in, imagine you are breathing in pure love. And as you breathe out, imagine you are breathing out forgiveness. Take a third deep breath in, and as you do so, imagine a light coming in at the top of your head. It enters at the top of your head and spreads down over your face, neck, and shoulders. This cleansing light now expands along your back, down your legs, and out through your feet. It is as if cleansing light is a constant flow of soothing energy, entering from your head and passing out through the arches of your feet. You are just outside the door of your domain. The air is crisp and cool. The evergreens sway slightly in the breeze, and the ground has a large patch of moss at your feet. Step barefoot onto the moss. Feel how soft it is. Feel the solid ground underneath. That light coming into your head can now be translated into energy that you can send out your feet. Convert the light into roots and send the roots out the bottom of your feet and deep into the earth, as deep as you can. The soil is fresh, easy to toil, easy to carve a path down. Feel how anchored you are, how close to the earth. Reach down as far as you can. The earth hugs your roots comfortably, no matter how sharp or curly, no matter how many times they split off. Slowly pull the roots back up the way they came. The roots slither through the dark, the soil filling in its wake. Pull the roots back into your feet, convert it back to the light, and let the light filter through you and out the top of your head. Take one more deep breath in and begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. When you are ready, open your eyes. Welcome. If you're just joining us, we just did our morning grounding ritual. You can usually find me here at 10 o'clock usually on Monday mornings, but this past weekend was a bit of a doozy for me, so I needed just a little extra sleep. Allie hopped in. Hello, Allie. How are you doing this morning? Oh, thank you, Mama Ward. I'm so glad I could do a little something. Let's look at our tarot reading for the week. In case you haven't seen the deck, I'm using the Celtic Tarot by Courtney Davis. The book is kind of bullshit, but the art is amazing. This is the back with our Pictish puppies. It's like 4 p.m. Yeah. Same with Billy. Yeah. Our European friends. I can't shuffle today either, apparently. So this past weekend, I performed in Wilmington, North Carolina. So it was 6 hours down and 6 hours back, to include traffic and stuff. Performance went really great. I started studying Shapeshifting, which involves spirits and stuff, right? On Friday before we left, and I was like, I want to do this stuff, but I only leave in like 4 hours. So maybe tonight, or maybe during the full moon. Maybe during the full moon. All right. I think this is shuffled well enough. The moon. Ooh, moon. I haven't pulled this one yet. Now, the Rider-Waite deck says this is like a sign of danger. Empress, Chariot, Wheel of Fortune, Hanged Man. The moon. Okay. It shows danger and deception to the querent from outside forces. Hidden enemies or false friends pose a threat to the querent. The intuitive nature is more apparent. A time when uncanny or strange dreams occur, a sense of deja vu exists around the querent. Fateful meetings of a sexual nature also occur, and odd experiences generally. Yeah, pretty much. That is my understanding of it as well. The card again is the moon. Two aspects of the same goddess. If you are pulling cards at the moment on your own, do share them in the chat. We can discuss how the topics are related. So be wary, but follow your intuition, you know? If you got a gut feeling that something isn't right, follow your gut. Okay, so I will be reading from the Magpie Training from the Black Feather Mystery School. I just can't talk today. And this is why I have no friends. All right, so I'm trying to figure out where to start, right? Okay, honey. Everyone's a fake backstabber today. Not worth it. Not worth it. Absolutely. Super not worth it. Let's talk about within and without. So there are two places where you can kind of like get the power to shapeshift your spirit. So this isn't like werewolfism or, excuse me, lycanthropy. Now, that's a separate thing. And guises are a thing, right? So you can, like, let's say that you are trying to bestow wisdom upon someone and you look young, like I do. So you can make your spirit look like an old woman who, you know, is super wise. But you can also turn into animals. Within shapeshifting, the first thing to understand is the source of whatever shape you are attempting. There are only two places we can get those shapes from: inside of us or outside of us. The exercises in this chapter use that which is already within the matrix of our own soul. It is energy we already possess, so it is already familiar and safe to tap into. This allows us to explore our potential before delving into the deeper end of the pool. Excuse me. Many people have heard of spirit animals. Differing schools of thought exist about them, but you will undoubtedly hear a lot of mixed information. The specific phrase spirit animal is also associated with cultural appropriation of the First Nations traditions. A more accurate description of the allies we work with is a spirit helper or a spirit guide. I have a spirit guide. Well, I guess I could still call him a helper, you know? I'm still smushing my cards around. Hugs, Allie. Yeah, hugs to Allie indeed. Since our spirit allies take many forms, not just those of animals, there is a simple hierarchy we will be using as our shared vocabulary for this work. I watched Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn set this morning instead of watching the dawn. That's amazing. Also hugs. We love you, Allie. We do. We won't backstab you. Oh, I have this knot under my right scapula. So every time I turn my head, every time I lift my arm, it just sends pain through my arm. It is a doozy. I might, like, I have electronic massagers, like actual, like, drape it over your shoulder and massage. And I might spend some time on that today, hoping I can work out this knot. You prefer internet friends. I'm glad. I prefer internet friends too. I have a couple of friends that are bordering the line between friend and associate because I'm a hermit. So, but whenever we hang out, like, it's like no time has passed. So I consider them friends still yet. Let's see. Spirit helper. A helper is a spirit that may or may not be temporary. Mine's not temporary. Or will serve in a single or limited capacity. Is also that. Pulled the Hermit card. I am shook. So there is a path, like a searching for something existential, something that you're kind of like assessing your internal workings. My last friend asked me if I wanted to do crack. Oh, that's terrible, love. I'm so sorry. My 3 cards today are the King of Coins, the Sun on its side, and the Ace of Vessel inverted. So you're happy working, but maybe you're a little burned out on intuitive / new beginnings, like new projects, kind of not into making new projects. Maybe finishing some old ones first. It's not like a false start. Maybe it is. Maybe you sit down to do it and it's just not coming. You know? A spirit worker may retrieve a helper for their client that can stick around for a period to assess the client's continued healing. Power spirit is a relationship with a spirit that is long-lasting, potentially transcending multiple lifetimes. They directly influence and inform your practice by either teaching you specific skills or encouraging you down particular paths of study. Power spirits also are usually quick to lend their own energy to your magic, becoming a sort of secondary battery. Beware not to abuse this relationship, however, as having a fatigued or disempowered power spirit can leave the practitioner vulnerable. The within. Okay, Allie, go pick up your creature child. We'll be here when you get back, I think. Our within, capital W, is a non-form, excuse me, let me try that again. Our within, capital W, is a non-human form that our own spirit has either most often or most recently reincarnated as. God, I gotta speak slow today. Jesus. When I ask spirits about this one, oh, whoops, wrong paragraph. They directly influence or inform. No, wait. When I ask the spirits about this one, the answers as to the specific origin of the within vary. This is a powerful piece of who we are and will be the foundation of your shape-shifting practice. It often initially presents itself as being separate from us until we are more fully integrated with it. Tuning, blending, and integrating. My clarity card is the Chariot. Both are the 9 o'clock position, so they are moving into the upright. Well, I think there are risks to take, but you don't know the benefit unless you do it, you know. But be wary, be prepared. Yeah, I love the round cards. The Chariot I think of as like racing down the Autobahn. You're going like 125 miles an hour and kind of weaving through traffic and just hauling ass. So there are two ways this can go. You can either get to where you're going super fast, or you can wipe out. And they call them meat wagons for a reason in Germany. So be wary, be careful, but you know, the risks are worth it. I want the round cards. I want the, oh, what's it called? The lunar deck, I think it's called. It's like different moons and tarot, all tarot themed and stuff like that. Okay. Bye, Ellie. I procrastinated finishing the my nano last chapter to redeem my Kanban. Yeah. I feel you. I feel you. Cards just like telling you what you already know, basically. So, tuning is basically like there's a radio and you can kind of like tune to the animal or the guys that you want. And with practice, you can tune into exactly what you want. All right. Tuning is the first and easiest method. It involves working with what we already have and are. Conceptually, you are shifting the frequency of your spirit. If you can imagine all the possibilities of the shapes we can take as a list of radio stations, you are tuning into the frequency of your chosen shape in order to experience it. Blending. This is the first of two methods that tap into energies from outside ourselves. Instead of the frequency metaphor, a more appropriate explanation of blending would be putting a single drop of food coloring into a glass of water. That sort of billowing effect where the color begins to stretch and flow within the water is the addition of a spirit helper to your own energy. At this point, the two beings are still separate, even if the lines are a bit blurry, which I might work with a little bit. Integrating. Integrating is the most complex form of shapeshifting. At this point, you've stirred the glass. No longer is it water or dye, but a glass of colored water. Two separate beings have merged to become a third. No longer am I myself. No longer is spirit itself. We are a new and different being. You know, like Steven Universe. To attempt this without both a mastery of the other forms of shapeshifting and an established relationship with the spirit is incredibly dangerous for both of you. Goodness, my belly. It is important to note that shapeshifting is far easier and safer to experiment with while journeying. The practice of blending is also referred to as merging during a journey. Merging is much simpler as it is entirely energetic and does not involve a physical experience here in the material realm. Doing the work. So when I journey, I record everything, right? Even if that means I'm staying local and I'm in my own domain. And I have a notebook ready to go, so I can write it down while I'm still, and kind of like process it, you know, after I take a trip. Well, when I did my combine last night, I took a book every month publishing, and this morning I changed it to every third month because I'm not letting my fails this year make me overschedule for the next 2 years. I have the Brown Tarot of the Cloisters, and they really appeal to me. That's really great. I might look into that. I am interested in a deck that is round. It is a fascinating prospect. I think my husband is coming down to do his morning ritual. Okay, so remember that you can repeat journeys more than once, and that it is perfectly fine to pop out and into and out of trance briefly in order to remember the questions you want to ask or write down the answers you receive. I can't do that. I very much so experience the whole thing, process the whole thing, write down everything. That's how I work. Though a lot of times I'll do like a journal post about what I intend to do, and then I'll do the thing from beginning to end. I'll usually set a timer so I'm not like over exerting myself, because I do a lot of work when I'm in trance. But I kind of like, sometimes I'll write right after I come out of the trance. Sometimes I'll take a nap, and then like a 3-hour nap, and then right after I sleep. Because it takes a lot out of me, man. It takes a lot out of me. I want to remind me in an hour. I have chores to do, so I will do them. Usually I do them at 11, but I will do them at 11:30. That is my goal. And I started thinking of chores as self-care because, you know, if you take care of your environment, you kind of take care of half of your stressors, you know? So it has been really great for A, my mental health, and B, my relationships with the people I live with. Journey number 1. As mentioned earlier, the easiest route to shapeshifting is by working with what we already have. For this first journey, set your intention to go to your place of power, or your domain, as I call it. Once there, conjure a reflective surface of whatever sort feels right to you. Then stand in front of your reflection and ask to be shown your within. Once you can see it, ask the following questions. What are you exactly? What energies or powers do you possess? How can I better tap into you during my daily life? Write down your answers either during your journey or when you return. Remember, this information will start to fade quickly upon returning to normal consciousness. Do not wait to record the information you were given. Valid. You gotta do it like within a certain amount of time. Journey number 2. Set an intention to return once more to your place of power. This time, instead of a mirror, call to your within to appear fully before you. Once it does, embrace it and allow yourself to take on the shape of your within. Together, the two of you may run, fly, swim, and play until you hear the call back in the drumming track, timer going off if you're using that. At the time, return to the normal shape and then return to your physical body. Record your experiences in your journal when you return. Journey number 3. For this journey, use a 20-minute journey track located at this website. Make sure you are in a space where you can move around a little bit and where you will not be disturbed for the length of the exercise. Lower the light levels a bit before you begin. Set an intention to go back to the place of power and invite your within to appear. Then gather your within up in your arms and draw it into yourself. As you do so, you will once again take the shape or on the form of your within. Then return to your body as this new shape you have taken. When you hear the callback drum pattern, come to stillness and sit down. Gently release your within and return to your normal shape. Record your experiences. Grounding and centering. After shapeshifting as well as guising, a thorough grounding and centering is necessary to help us reintegrate with the consensus physical reality. A recording of this grounding and centering is available at Black Feather Mystery /recordings. This text is available on page 245 in chapter 17. If you are still feeling a little spacey or disconnected, which can definitely happen, eat something to help you reintegrate with your body. Salty or spicy flavors are really good for becoming fully seated in normal consciousness again. Yes, chocolate. I like chocolate and fruit. I eat something. Sometimes I'll take a bath or a nap, just kind of reset myself because you did some heavy lifting, right? Once you have finished your session, close the ritual of study as described on page 36. Yeah, so I have a familiar. I read somewhere that familiars are pathways to shapeshifting. I love how mystical the mirror in your domain method sounds. Yeah. I use water as a reflective surface, so I will attempt that. If I'm being really anal, I might just do it in my room and put up a mirror and just do it that way, but I think doing it in the garden would be better. So again, this is Magpie Training at the Black Feather Mystery School, Book 1. It is by Irene Glass. I will put a link in the description below. Actually, let me do that right now. Amazon. Provided the link isn't like 2 miles long. Magpie Training Black Feather. Yep, that's the one. There's an ebook version and a paperback version. Ooh, you can earn points now. That's a thing. I love water for scrying. Perhaps the two things are linked. For sure. For sure. I want to do scrying with black mirrors. I have a little one that I can hold in my hand, which I like. And I can have the lights dim in my room, my sanctum. So I kind of want to experiment with that a little bit. Scrying with a reflective surface. For sure. All right, so that link. Black Feather. So basically, this has roots in obsidian mirrors are so expensive. I got my little one for like maybe $10, maybe less. Obsidian. It's an obsidian mirror. Mystery School. Oh my god, I can't type. I got mine on Amazon. Now that I think about it, I want to say it'll be like $30, but I think you can shop around and find something really cheap. I think it's harder with an obsidian mirror because the reflection is so faint. Especially if you're working in dim light, which you're supposed to, right? Black Feather Mystery School, which has its roots in... I hope it didn't split up on YouTube. Let me know if it did. Let me know if it did. But it has a lot of chaos magic concepts in it, like the shapeshifting, for instance. It's very Wiccan in the format that she uses, but the topics and the execution is very chaos magic. So it's this really nice, it's got the formality of Wicca, but it's got the like open-minded, do what works for you. Yeah, scrying types are very personalized. It's true. I kind of want to steal my mirror back from Kibby, but maybe if I take it back, she will buy one of her own for like, I mean, they're like, what, 10 to 20 bucks for a full-length mirror. God forbid you buy like a little hand mirror or something. But yes, scrying is very personalized. Like tarot works for me, but like I'm trying to get into bones. Like I have a set and I've tried to throw it, but I kept coming up with the same topics for everybody when I was doing readings for people to kind of like test them out. And the same topics kept coming up over and over again. So I kind of want to, and it was coming off as gibberish to the querent. What is osteomancy? Osteomancy? What's that? Mirror work? Do tell. Do tell. Move my cans in a way so that I can take them into the kitchen when I am done here. Bone divination. Ah, yes. Maybe I'll do like casting bones, yeah. I will, maybe next week's will be osteomancy. Which is like, my kit is like half bones, half bric-a-brac. Like dice and coins and bunch of stuff. I might need my, ooh, it just occurred to me the place where I wrote down all my bones and their meanings and stuff. The book got destroyed, got water damaged. No, yeah, that's real osteomancy. Yeah. Gotcha. Hi, sweetie. Yeah. You're a sweet boy. So I might do some work with Nobu, since he's my familiar. Whenever I'm doing witchy shit, he's right on it. Please, not the water damage. Yeah, my book of shadows got, oh, I should show you guys. I can tell you. And I can check it to see if those pages are, so it's this guy. Is it upside down? It is. Oh. No, I was right the first time. Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh, I can almost make it out. A broken path to enlightenment. Oh, let me see. Yeah, I can actually make out I got shells and crystals and random bric-a-brac. Cool. I gotta recopy it to... Oh, sorry, I was gonna show you guys. That's the kind of water damage. But like all my research, and I can't bear it to get rid of it. Hi, Cool Gamer. Just wrapping up. We were talking about shape-shifting today. Do you have a spirit animal? Do you work with bones? Do you work with antlers? Do you work with animal effects? Using animal spirits to kind of fuel your magic? Like, put it in the chat. I'm curious. I have access to a Zephyr Falcon. The spirit takes the form of Zephyr Falcon. So I guess I have that in, and then I have a familiar, so I can possibly take the form of my familiar. So I'll have to experiment with that over the week, and maybe next week I will, talk about my findings. The book is the same size as the tarot deck, which is funny. Hilarious. Yes, absolutely. Not all the time, but I do. I have a wolf, and I work with the spirit of the bone set that I made. Nice. I have several pet souls that have returned to me over the decades. My youngest is the same. Right on. That's a prospect too, because we have the ashes of the dog we used to have that we keep in the Bootsit-on. I could possibly talk Darla's soul or spirit and see if I can turn into a puppy pup. That's a prospect. I'll have to like make a list of the contacts that I have, and maybe I can tune into it, or maybe I can talk to the spirits that I have access to and see if I can, have more control over who I am and what I am. Well, not so much who I am. I'm going to be who I am. But what I am is going to be different. At least the mask, I am in the market for... I have a fox skull And I have like a relationship with the red foxes and the coyotes here in the neighborhood. So that's a thought too. Excuse me, checking my messages. Yeah, so if you liked this video at any point, then I encourage you to hit the like button. And if you want to see more streams like this one, yes, for sure. For sure. But they love chaos. Yeah. They are mischievous. Where was I? If you are interested in more streams like this one, you can usually find me here on Mondays at 10 a.m. And if you have not subscribed, you should do so, and maybe even ring that bell on the off chance that YouTube actually notifies you when I go live. And I will catch you guys on the flip side.